Hey everybody, welcome to the channel, glad to have you here. Today we have a Vampire versus Empire matchup. This is a 1v1 with only 10,000, I believe, 10,000 gold for these armies, so they're a little bit smaller than you would think. And you can see a very awesome model of a Lahmian Countess here. A vampire family you don't really see in the current iteration of Total War. Next to her you can see a Mortis engine, and then over there you can see a just horde of Cairn Wraiths and Hex Wraiths and a Banshee here. So very cool. Definitely an army I did not expect. You can see here I have a pretty prototypical army. I've got some flagellants up front. I do have 2 units of Free Company Militia. I have some spears and also some halberds. Up in the front, you can see I do have Boris Stodbringer on a horse. Look at that little hat. That is an awful hat. Oh, man. And you can see I do have some Sigmarite Disciples here, which is going to be giving these 2 units of flagellants even more physical resistance. I do have a Light Wizard for that leadership debuff on Undead, and I do have a Witch Hunter retinue here, which is going to be very helpful, especially with their net ability. So this is going to get started pretty quick, and I'm just going to hop in here. I'm going to try and net down these Cairn Wraiths. You can see I'm already dropping my first net of the evening. Just trying to slow them down. You can see I have flagellants in there, and one of my worries was I have maybe 2 units that does magic damage. I have these Witch Hunter retinue, and I have these Sigmarite Disciples. So definitely not the best situation for me to be in. You can see I am taking some nice pot shots over here on this Mortis engine. Nice job already bringing some Skeleton Warriors up in my Free Company Militia. So definitely going to try and put these guys down. Hopefully get my Light Wizard in there as my Witch Hunters just keep taking shots. You can see I do get my poor Free Company Militia here caught here. I should be pulling them out and replacing them with those halberds. You can see I'm pulling out these guys here. Flagellants up there dealing with some more spawn Skeleton Warriors, so this is just definitely not looking too good. I have some Flagellants up in the middle, but the one thing I have going for me is my another whole net. And you can see I'm shooting them, doing a ton of damage with these magic crossbows, and then here comes the Free Company Militia, gonna lay down the law on these poor guys. And while the Ethereal is going to help them, it is just a ton of damage. And you can see their leadership is tanking, discouraged by ability, losing, damage sustained, exposed flank. They should be getting out of here soon, or at least starting to take crumbling damage. So you can see they're dropping them pretty fast. Critical binding. But you can see, you know, these guys are invocations of the hacker coming down. I have some spearmen in here. That Banshee is definitely going to turn that in their favor. But over here you can see I'm just slowly dealing with these guys. These Witch Hunters are going to have a hard time firing now that they're engaged. Poor Flagellants up front are just getting swarmed. My Sigmarite Disciples are doing okay over here. And you can see another zombie or Skeleton Warrior is going to come in. And these Skeleton Warriors can be devastating at an early game or at a low funds level. They just get even more powerful because you don't really have enough to deal with them. And you can see now I've kind of got a flanking shot on these guys. So crumbling, but they are going to almost take out my entire Free Company Militia, which is not good for me. You can see that Mortis engine still almost full health. And really over here, I am not doing much damage. These guys are getting healed constantly. I've almost got this one. This one is crumbling, thankfully. But these other ones almost full health. The Banshee almost full health. I have done some nice damage on the Lahmian Countess with my Flagellants, though. So that is one of the few things I have going for me. And you can see my Witch Hunter retinue is still very healthy. Now I'm getting some flanking shots in here if they ever start firing. So just doing anything I can, really just try and get their morale. You can see Boris in there with Crush the Weak. So if I can hit their morale, I can hit their morale even harder. So you can see minus 10 between Crush the Weak and whatever the Light Mage's ability is. You can see these invocations of the hacker are just going to keep these guys in the battle for an incredibly long time. You can see I have turned onto this Mortis engine, trying to take it out, but you can see this Lahmian Countess is now getting through, and I'm going to be trying my best to deal with the mass amount of spawns that are coming my way. These guys are not going to have a good time. Witch Hunter Retinue are going to get in there, do what they can. Probably not the best fight for them, but they are definitely a powerful unit. They'll definitely be able to take on their 46 melee attack and 39 melee defense. They should crush these guys without much issue. While Boris, you can see over here, is slowly dealing with these guys. He did smartly pull out some of these Cairn Wraiths, but they're getting dragged back in by just kind of game mechanics, which is nice. You can see I have moved kind of my Sigmarite Disciples over here. Seduction is being cast by that Lahmian Countess, so my Sigmarite Disciples can't move. This is a wonderful ability that she has that is kind of like their ability, actually. You can see cannot move. Target unit causes damage to nearby allies. Wow, I did not know that. So they're probably ganging up on this poor light wizard, and so that is just not good at all. Light wizard blinded. That is very, very interesting. But yeah, so you can see here, wow, I did not notice that happen in the fight. So definitely a thematic type thing there. You can see I do drop my net, trying to save my light wizard here, and my Sigmarite Disciples are going to try and get in there, but I'm just not quite able to pull him out, and you can see he's taking a ton of damage. Over here you can see getting some nice side shots into these Cairn Wraiths. So that is decently good. But you can see my Flagellants here are kind of just slowly dying to the mass zombie spawns. My Spearmen are going to get in there, do some decent damage. But you can see this Lahmian Countess is getting pretty low. So if I can keep this Light Wizard alive, keep Boris alive, and kill her, I might have a chance to win this battle. You can see the balance of power slightly in my opponent's favor. You can see these bullets, these guys have been shooting for like 10 minutes into the back, and you can see the Mortis Engine doing a nice charge on Boris Todbringer. Oh man. See the Light Wizard trying to run away. You can see my Free Company Militia are wavering. My Witch Hunter Retinue trying to find a place to be. I am going to drop a net here as I'm trying to focus down this Lahmian Countess. I'm going to get in here with my Sigmarite Disciples, and with their armor-piercing damage, they're actually going to do a decent amount. But, you know, there's only like 4 models attacking her, so it's not going to be doing too well. You can see me trying to pull out my Witch Hunter Retinue, but they are obstructed. There's too many large targets. Oh man, it's just so close. So you can see there, I don't know what happened. These guys did get pulled out of combat. Definitely not what I wanted. Boris is in there. And look at her, she's just so low, 154 health. She does have poison attacks, which is very interesting. And you can see there, she is just, I'm going to barely catch her before she runs away. You can see this Banshee chasing off my Light Wizard. Definitely a good move. And now I have Boris, and you can see some of their morale is getting hit, but they have gained that morale of this guy no longer being in the battle, so I think his passive no longer is functioning either. So you can see a lot of my forces are scattering. I really just have this unit of Flagellants left, or Sigmarite Disciples. I do have some Free Company Militia here, and these Halberds should come back. I have some Spears. And one of the most important things, I have this Witch Hunter Retinue, so they should be doing some good damage to the Banshee, hopefully. And you can see these guys are just crumbling. That is the goal. And I do have magic damage on them in the late game, which is very important. You can see these Witch Hunters in their element with their magic damage, but they are not actually doing that well. Their anti-large should help them against this Mortis Engine, but I think they're just having a hard time actually hitting anything. You can see Spearmen coming in, just trying to get any attacks I can off of my Witch Hunter Retinue, because I saw they were taking a decent amount of damage. I'm going to be getting some shots in, trying to hurt their morale here. And Boris is going to be heading over there, as I've realized this side is kind of wrapping up. I can get Boris where he needs to be. Need to get the leadership buffs on these Spearmen. This is ending slightly differently than my previous one, but generally the same. I think there's a duel between the Light Wizard and the Banshee here at the end. But otherwise, very similar. Kind of just a lot of troops here left against the Mortis Engine and the Banshee. just the crumbling, disintegrating here. Army losses is going to get these guys. Definitely a Pyrrhic victory here as the Witch Hunters banish this Banshee. But great game to Vermin here. You can see some of these Karen Rays did really well. You can see the main hitters here, the 2 ones with magic damage. Spearman getting 250 kills. Just lots of skeletons, I guess. Incredible. And the Light Wizard doing their job. Some of the Flagellants getting a lot of kills. This was the Flagellant I sent after the Hero and the Mortis Engine, so definitely did work on their health, not so much on their, didn't get any kills. But definitely great game to Vermin, and you will see some more Steel Faith mod overhaul battles in the future. Thanks for watching. That's that.